Maria and the cooking contest. Maria loved to cook. Ever since she was a little girl, she had spent time in the kitchen with her grandmother, watching her make delicious meals. Her favorite dish was her grandmother's special pasta. It was a simple recipe, but it was full of flavor. The sauce was rich and creamy, and the pasta was always cooked just right. Maria dreamed of making it as perfectly as her grandmother did. One day, Maria heard about a local cooking contest. It was a big event in her town, and everyone was excited about it. People of all ages could join, and the winner would get a prize. Maria thought this was the perfect chance to show everyone her cooking skills. She decided to make her grandmother's famous pasta dish for the contest. Maria was confident. She had made the pasta dish many times before, so she thought it would be easy. The night before the contest, she wrote down the ingredients: pasta, tomatoes, garlic, olive oil, basil, and cheese. She could almost taste the dish already. Maria smiled, imagining the judges enjoying her food. The next morning, Maria arrived at the contest. The kitchen was busy with other contestants. Some were chopping vegetables, others were mixing sauces, and everyone was focused on their own dishes. Maria took a deep breath and started preparing her ingredients. She was excited, but also a little nervous. She wanted everything to be perfect. First, Maria boiled water for the pasta. She opened her bag of ingredients and started chopping tomatoes and garlic. The smell of fresh garlic filled the air. She smiled, remembering how her grandmother used to say, "Good food always starts with garlic." Maria tossed the garlic into a pan with some olive oil. The sound of it sizzling made her feel more confident. As the garlic turned golden, Maria suddenly realized something. She had forgotten the basil. She looked around the kitchen, hoping she had packed it, but it wasn't there. Panic started to rise in her chest. How could she forget such an important ingredient? Without the basil, the dish wouldn't taste the same. She took a deep breath. It's okay, she thought. I can still make it work. Maria quickly moved on, trying to focus. She added the tomatoes to the pan and stirred them gently. The sauce began to simmer, and the rich smell filled the room. For a moment, Maria felt calm again. But then, as she reached for the cheese, her elbow hit the pan, and the sauce spilled onto the counter. "Oh no," Maria gasped. She grabbed a towel and wiped the mess, feeling flustered. Time was running out, and her station looked chaotic. She hadn't even started cooking the pasta yet. Maria took another deep breath. "Stay calm," she told herself. "You can do this." She hurried to drop the pasta into the boiling water, but as she turned up the heat, she noticed something strange. The water was boiling too fast. The bubbles were huge, and the pasta was cooking unevenly. Some pieces were soft, while others were still hard. Maria's heart raced. Was she going to ruin the dish? She quickly turned down the heat and checked the pasta. It wasn't perfect, but it was better. Maria drained the pasta and added it to the sauce, stirring everything together. She tasted it, hoping for the best. To her surprise, it tasted good. It wasn't exactly like her grandmother's, but it was close. With just a few minutes left, Maria cleaned her station and plated her dish. The pasta looked beautiful on the plate with a sprinkle of cheese on top. She carefully carried it to the judges' table, her heart pounding. She watched as they took their first bites, waiting nervously for their reaction. The judges whispered to each other as they tasted her pasta. Maria couldn't hear what they were saying, but she saw them smile. She let out a sigh of relief. Maybe it wasn't perfect, but it was still good. After all the dishes were tasted, the judges stood up to announce the winners. Maria held her breath as they called out the names. First, they announced third place, but it wasn't her. Then, they announced second place, and it was Maria. Maria felt a rush of happiness and pride. She had won second place. She couldn't believe it. Even with all the problems she faced, her dish was still delicious. She smiled as the judges handed her a small silver trophy. It wasn't first place, but it felt like a victory to her. As Maria walked home that day, she thought about what had happened. Things didn't go perfectly in the kitchen, but she didn't give up. She had learned an important lesson. Cooking, like life, doesn't always go as planned. Sometimes you forget an ingredient, or you make a mess, or the pasta doesn't cook just right. But if you stay calm and keep trying, you can still create something wonderful. That night, Maria called her grandmother to tell her the good news. "Grandma," she said, "I won second place at the cooking contest today. I made your famous pasta, but I forgot the basil and almost burned the pasta. Still, it turned out great." Her grandmother laughed. "Oh, Maria, cooking is full of surprises. I'm so proud of you for not giving up. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about doing your best and enjoying the process." Maria smiled. Her grandmother was right. Cooking wasn't just about following a recipe perfectly. It was about the joy of making something with love, even when things go wrong. And from that day on, every time Maria made her grandmother's pasta, she remembered the cooking contest and the lessons she learned to stay calm, to adapt, and to always enjoy the journey, no matter the challenges. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to stay updated on future content. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let us know what you think or what you'd like to see next. And if you want to stay connected, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks again for being part of our community, and we'll see you in the next video.